Let's get ready to grumble!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Royal Grumble, the greatest Royal Grumble ever. I'm your host, Graeme. Sitting to my right, like perched above me like some kind of crazy vulture, it's Daryl.
We're back in the padded cell.
We're back in the padded cell, yes. We're still in Daryl's house. We haven't been able to make it out. But you know who has made it out to Daryl's house is Dan.
Hi.
Dan's back. You feeling better?
Yeah, I was so devastated by Cena and Nikki that it just sent me into despair.
I mean, it was hard for all of us, but we got through. What was hard for Daryl, we can't talk about for legal reasons.
Yeah, I heard that.
But I think you probably heard it on the podcast last week, yeah. Right, so we don't like to date these things usually, but I'm gonna.
Well, I'm going to release it straight away.
There we go then. Well,
and then they're going to sort the podcast out as well.
See what you did there.
It's a Nikki Bella joke.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's an intercourse reference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take that. He'll inseminate you. He will though.
The Royal Grumble podcast. He'll inseminate you. I can pay somebody $5 to do that.
You're gonna have to go back on Fiverr, mate. You're gonna have to get somebody to get that on Fiverr. Right. Let's. I want to run through a couple of news bits because I think they're important.
Okay.
Just very quickly, and by a couple I mean the only one I can remember, which is that ITV have commissioned World of Sport for 10 shows.
Oh yeah.
So, do you know where they're holding the tapings?
the
Page's Family's Wrestling Company's house here.
The great wrestling city of Norwich.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got the best pedestrianised town centre, hasn't it? So that's why you've got the best access to Dixon's. Page's dad isn't very happy, is he?
He had a bit of a cry on Facebook, didn't he?
A 25-minute cry.
Yeah.
And her brother.
Yeah, basically he wanted them to ask him if they could do it or something.
Yeah, so they wanted them to ask him if they could book the same venue that they've been booking. You know when WWE did it before? Like, he got a little bit snippy about that, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think he filmed a 25-minute video.
No, he definitely didn't.
Who saw the pro wrestling battle for the United Kingdom being fought in Norwich? Hands up? No one's got their hands up. That's what I thought. Yeah, good. Did you see that coming at all? Did you see that coming?
No.
I thought like Doncaster because that's the hub. Because it's the home of pro wrestling in the UK.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going to prove that next week, aren't we?
Why?
Well, what are we doing next week?
I don't know what we're doing next week.
1PW.
I don't know anybody.
No, we're actually doing a show on it.
Are we really?
Yeah,
you have to keep saying that over and over.
Yeah, we
next
do.
Week.
Yeah, we do. Just to really hammer it home.
Okay.
So, World of Sport, you excited?
I'll wait to see what the roster's like.
Who's signed up now? Because is Congo Kev still signed up?
I hope so.
Congo Kev.
Congo Kev was signed up when Impact were going to run it. Now it's not Impact anymore, is it?
Congo Kong?
Yeah, all right.
Congo Kev.
What?
I don't think a name could be more ridiculous than Congo Kong.
I think there is a wrestler called Congo Kev. Genuinely, I'm going to look that up whilst you two debate World of Sport. Yeah, who's still signed up? I imagine Grado is, because isn't he still officially the champion?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah, and, well, I mean, what's his face?
Mastiff's about.
Dave Mastiff, yeah, he's not doing out, is he?
El Ligero.
Davey Boy Smith Jr., I'd imagine, he'll be allowed to be on it, won't he?
Yeah.
Because, it's not WWE, so I know he's signed to New Japan, but he'll be alright. Who else? Probably not Zach Gibson, which I think is a real loss for them.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other people who might be knocking about. It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose it'd be alright.
It'd be fine. I don't think the what they bought the Coffee Brothers as well. They were a tag team last time. El Ligero, obviously he's on every show.
The thing that's going on though apparently is that them and WWE are signing up people and keeping it quiet because they don't want the other side to know who they're signing up. So you never know half of.
It's a Cold War in Norwich City Centre.
We might end up with half ABW roster or something on World of Sport.
Well, I mean, come on, right? Let's be serious now, because if that happens, then we need to get Daryl on it.
I sometimes think that I could have been main event in ITV wrestling, mate.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Are you as good as Grado?
I think I could be as good as Grado.
Have you got the hat though?
Yeah.
Have you got your mum's swing costume?
I can get it.
Right, get on it then. Have you got a bum bag?
I could probably get one.
Right, procure yourself a bum bag and then you're on it. Right, are you excited, Daryl?
For what?
World of Sport, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have to leave my house to watch some wrestling. So
What are you more excited for if you weren't going to the second one? This or the WWE event at the Albert Hall?
So if I wasn't going to the Albert Hall, probably the ITV one.
Yeah.
Because we've seen what WWE does with the UK wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's forget about it until Pete Dunne rocks up at TakeOver, and forget about it until we want to run some more shows.
Yeah. Forget about it until someone goes, World of Sport are doing something. What? What? World of Sport?
Do you think that they heard that World of Sport were going to announce some taping, so they booked the Albert Hall?
100%.
Definitely.
There is no question in my mind. And that's why WWE are currently in negotiations with the Doncaster Dome to make... That's all speculation, but if it happens, I'll look brilliant. So,
There's a bidding war going on right now.
Yeah?
Ring of Honor are tested waters there again.
Yeah, exactly. Ring of Honor, they've announced some women.
Yes. Brandy Rhodes, Tenille Dashwood, formerly Emma.
Yep. We didn't actually talk about the other people that are going to be on it as well. Tanahashi's going to be on it. Cody Rhodes and all his mates. Basically everyone except Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi and a lot more New Japan people.
Oh, yeah.
But Tanahashi's going to be there. So if you bought tickets for the New Japan show and you weren't that big a New Japan fan, would you be a little bit annoyed by now?
The only people that I can think of that the New Japan show's probably got or going to have that Ring of Honor won't is bloke that runs Los Ingobernables.
Yeah, Los Ingobernables, yeah.
Yeah, him. And Okado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're my favourite shopping...
Joe when he makes it rain.
Yes. No? What?
Okado when he makes it rain.
I don't know what you're talking about. Legit, I have no idea.
It's his finishing move.
His nickname is the Rainmaker.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the delivery-based shopping product from Waitrose.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Sorry, I got...
You always get them confused, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, they're basically the same thing in my mind. Yeah, World of Sport, it's on its way back. British Wrestling will cover it all the way through. Right, we'll probably do it better, to be honest, because I think a lot of our thoughts are preoccupied by the show that we've just literally watched, just finished watching, right, which is the WWE's Greatest Royal Rumble. So this was the greatest show ever. Have we agreed that?
Yeah.
Can we all agree that this is the best show in the history of the world? And in fact, the greatest Royal Rumble. For many reasons, most of which I think you might already be able to figure out, but we're still going to go through them. We're still going to talk about them. So I don't really want to talk about the politics of the situation, not because we don't recognise them, but also because the situation is probably... There's nothing I can sort of add that...
Do you want me to get involved in politics?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the deal, right? You have the exact length of Song 2 by Blur to discuss the politics of the situation. Do you want to know how long Song 2 by Blur is?
How long?
It's 2 minutes and 2 seconds. So, there you go. I'll talk over it. Right. There you go. Talk about the politics. I'll start from the start.
They don't like the women.
Yeah.
They don't like the homosexuals.
Yeah.
Don't like Jews.
They don't like Jews.
Paul Heyman got away with something, didn't
he? They don't like Syrians, do they? Are they Jews?
Well, no, they're very much not the same thing.
They're Muslim.
But no,
they don't like them either.
They don't like Syrians. Sami Zayn's half Syrian and wasn't there. Just saying.
I made what? I don't know if it's like boastful of me to say that I personally made a cracking tweet off of our Twitter, which I want to give to the listeners if they don't follow us on Twitter at Royal Grumble Pod.
Yeah.
So they put the Intercontinental title belt on a little hook and raised it above the ring, and I tweeted.
You're literally describing the tweet.
Yeah, and the WWE breaks the attendance record for a public gathering to witness a hanging in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, but you meant the hanging of the bell, didn't you?
I did. I meant the hanging of the bell.
Great banter.
Not the hanging of the gays. They hang the gays.
Anything else to talk about the politics with 1 minute left, Dan?
Well, I mean, women are only allowed to go outside in public with the permission of a man, and they're not allowed to attend events without a male family member, either father or husband there. So I know things are improving on that front, but the whole gay rights thing is absolutely disgusting, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So, screw them.
Right, there with well over 40 seconds left. Is there anything else you want to say about
they don't like the Iranians, do they?
No, they definitely don't.
We'll come on to that.
That's always part of the show, really. Do you think this can be progressive, or do you think it was all about the money?
It was all about the money.
Money.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that why Vince was in the ring at the end? Yeah.
Yeah.
All about the money?
Yeah.
Could they afford to turn down the ridiculous amount that they were being offered?
No.
Will that hopefully mean that we see women wrestle in the country in the future?
I hope so, but I don't really know.
If it doesn't, was this all a waste of time?
I mean,
I mean, a waste of time in the sense of progression.
Oh, yeah, but not in the sense of WWE getting money.
There you go.
Boom,
Good.
done it.
Nice, well done. Right, there we are. That's
Nice
all the
little
politics.
segment, that.
I thought so. There you go. That's going to be my rule from now on.
We need-
if there's awkward topics, we have the length of Blur's song too to talk about. So that
Maybe we need some copyright-free music that we could put in
No,
the
because we
background
talked
later.
over it, so it's fine.
we maybe do, but like if we find an instrumental version, that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Like covered by a different band. Right. Let's start off. Curtain jerkers, Triple H and John Cena were out, weren't they?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the pre-show?
I had the pre-show on, but the sound turned down for the most part.
The Royal Grumble. Sorry, listen to me now. The Greatest Royal Rumble kickoff show was JR, the King, Booker T, and Byron Saxton, and not Renee Young, obviously.
Yeah.
We've touched on that now. Looking directly at the camera awkwardly for a long time. I didn't like it, and JR looked like he'd rather be anywhere else.
In bed, mainly.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they flew out to Saudi Arabia for an hour, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh no, what about the 15 minutes in the... we'll address that, won't we? It was 15 minutes of the show where they needed him as well. But, yeah, kickoff show was an hour long. And probably the only reason it was an hour long because they could then justify it. Whereas if it had been half an hour, it'd been like, you flew me out here for half an hour for this.
Yeah, I don't know why they needed a pre-show.
What's the point? They didn't even have a match on it. Apparently they planned to, but they scrapped it.
Okay.
What's the point? First match anyway, Curtain Jerkers, Triple H and John Cena. What do you think?
House show mode.
I liked it. I liked it because, like, that's exactly what it was. That's why I enjoyed it.
John Cena got cheered, didn't
Yeah, exactly, yeah. There was no John Cena song.
he? No.
Yeah. That was...
Did a little speech at end.
Did a little speech, as he usually does. Well, I mean, that's what the people want. And it did adult kids and that.
Oh, yeah.
Slapping all their hands. Yeah. I mean, they were all boys. But actually, joking aside, I don't think they were all boys, but that's not the point. Like, John Cena's coming out. It was very house so much, but again, they had two really weird kick-out moments. They had one where I think everyone thought it was a finish, and it wasn't. And then they had one where everyone didn't think it was a finish because it just happened. And then it led into it. They had that weird kick out from the Attitude Adjustment, and then a really weird kick out from the Pedigree as well.
Yeah, they love a little false finish, don't they?
Yeah, but it was almost like Triple H forgot to kick out. Yeah, it was really weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm not explaining myself very well. I still enjoyed it. I almost enjoy the house show match mood a little bit more because rather than having a lot of pressure on it, it was like, what are we going to do that pleases the crowd? So that's pretty much what they did. They did like a lot of big moves. They did a lot of winding each other up. Triple H told John Cena to suck it, which doesn't usually happen in that country. So, I mean, that was surprising to me. Joking aside, well, exactly. Joking aside, I was surprised they actually told him to suck it. I was surprised that they put that in there at all.
It's 30 lashes.
Well, exactly. So there you are, Trips. 30 lashes for you. We have to put money in the swear jar. You get hit with a whip. So who's the real winners?
Yeah, I think I prefer to put money in the swear jar.
Yeah, exactly. We're winning. So.
Depends who's holding whip.
Well, yeah, that's true,
you're
actually.
into that,
Yeah. We know who holds the whip in that family, though, don't we? Yeah, I enjoyed it. John Cena won. Right result?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it matter?
No.
No, probably not. At the end, John Cena did a little speech, talked about, regardless of what's going on in my own life. Oh.
In my own universe.
Sorry, yeah, everything's universe in it. He's obviously he heard your message last week, Daryl, and he's afraid that you're coming for him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was all about, isn't it?
I'm not coming for him.
Well, no, but you know,
If he gives permission for Nikki to leave the house, I'm coming for Nikki.
I saw a whole bunch of posts today going, John Cena made Nikki sign 75-page contract. I was like, didn't we already know? Didn't we all
it was
already
like
know that?
season 1 of Total Bellas.
Yeah,
Total
we
Divas.
knew that already. So
Yeah.
that's not news.
It's olds.
It's olds. What are you doing? Just reading the olds? Stick the video on. We're just flat out ripping this, aren't we?
Yeah.
Good. So I think she actually has to leave the house. Like,
Well, it's his house, isn't it?
But one of the rules was like, if he decided he didn't want her there anymore, she had to leave straight away. Imagine that. Not only do you think you're getting married, but then turns out you're not getting married. Your reality show is probably going down the tubes, and you have to live somewhere else. Unless that's what the next series of Total Bellas is, that she's like the third wheel in the Danielson household.
I'd quite enjoy that.
Me too.
I say that, I'm not going to watch it.
No. What? Really?
Yeah.
No, I watch Total Bellas. I don't watch Total Divas, but I watch Total Bellas.
I watch both
I
religiously.
know, but I just don't have time. I had one of them what culture Peens talking about it and saying it was the worst thing committed to humanity. I was like, it's not really, is it? I mean, you saw your first show, so...
I mean, if what culture wants to talk about the worst things committed to humanity... I mean, Adam Blampier says, "Hello, Adam here. I want to say sorry, but I want to plug my book."
He's still whacking on Twitter, by the way, having a go at talking about this show.
He's got a book to.
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah. So, do you mind rustling that paper down because I can't concentrate?
All right.
That's a joke for the room.
Is it?
For us too.
Okay. All right.
I didn't tell you that story
because it's like Vic and Bob, and then another one.
I know I'm the other one, aren't I? In this particular situation. Yeah. Right, yeah. Move on to the Cruiserweight Championship match. Cedric Alexander against Kalisto. Right, I realised something after this match.
Okay.
So, Mustafa Ali, right? He's from Pakistan. Saudi Arabia generally consider Pakistan to be their closest Muslim allies.
Okay.
Why wasn't Mustafa Ali in here instead of Kalisto, this shorter one off of Lucha Dragons?
Maybe Kalisto's seen as a bigger star?
But who would the crowd have more interest in?
I don't think anybody's got interest in 205 Live.
Well, yeah, but
I think they've got a thing for masked people over there because Sin Cara got an alright reaction as well later on and stuff. So, because maybe some of their favourite people there are people who wear hoods.
What? Right. I
wonder how they'd feel about El Generico.
I think we know how they feel about El Generico, depending on whether or not the mask is on. This was fine. I didn't see a lot of it.
I was watching it and I didn't see a lot of it either.
Yeah.
Because it was a cruiserweight match.
Yeah.
I went to the loo.
No one really cares. They weren't even the most important former cruiserweight champions on the show, were they?
No.
No. But they did fine. It was alright. Nobody really cared. Like I say, I don't know why Mustafa Ali wasn't on it. Surely he'd have been a better option. But it's up to them, I guess. Like I say, masks in it. Probably selling Kalisto masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or dodgy blokes outside selling them for a
yeah, selling Coolisto masks.
Yeah.
KOOL. That's how you spell it, innit? Next match was for the vacant Raw Tag Team Championships. And it was the Bar versus the, what do they call themselves?
Deleters of Worlds.
Deleters of Worlds, yeah.
I like that name.
Yeah, it's alright, innit? Now,
I hate their entrance.
I feel like this was a little... I know you don't like it, do you?
No, I really dislike it when it just switches from one music to the other and then back. It just seems weird to me, and it's like just pick an entrance and go with it.
But then, how is Bray going to light his electric lamp? Did you see on this show, by the way? He went to light the lamp and the lamp was already on.
Yeah.
That went well, Bray. Nice one, mate.
They could just turn the lights off on the Hardys music. As long as the lights are off for Bray Wyatt, he can do his Fireflies thing, and then you're not messing around too much.
Did you see all of his mandatory Fireflies that were all shining the light at the exact right moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think you would have got lashes if you didn't shine
your
light?
100%.
Yeah.
No question. I mean, I would have got lashes anyway, but I would have paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
You purposely didn't put your light on, did you?
No, I sat with it off in the dark, tied up.
Yeah, it's alright, we'll give you lashes later, mate.
With PVC on. Lashes was in the main event, wasn't
he? He was, yeah. He dropped Big Cass on his
head. That's our nickname for him because we're such lads. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy won. That was definitely the right result, especially considering it was spoiled for us earlier on in the week, or rather last week, when the Bar joined SmackDown.
Yeah, there was a spot in the match when Matt Hardy went, delete, and then Cesaro went, the Bar, like it was a thing. Like,
I know.
You didn't even know what the Bar means, mate.
Yeah, I turned to you and went, what is the Bar? Much like Jonathan Coachman did to Cesaro last week. And Cesaro couldn't explain it. Anyone know what the Bar is yet?
No.
Yes.
Low. That's what the Bar is. It's quite low. But they'll do fun. Yes. And that is actually what
that's where they formed the team.
And Cesaro's like, hey, I like a pint of goodness now. And she was like, oh, to be sure, I'll have a martini there to know. That's what he said. That's the direct. That's how Sheamus sounds. So Raw's tag division is Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, The Ascension, Breezango, The Revival, and I feel like there's one other competent team, but I don't remember who they are. So they can't be that good.
So it says a lot if you can't remember them.
Exactly. Oh, fine.
Breezango's going to get a push.
I hope so. I like them.
I do.
A great bunch of lads. Next up, speaking of getting a push, the man who got the biggest push off of ever, Jinder Mahal, went back for his United States title against against SmackDown's Jeff Hardy. So this was the first opportunity to see what the result of the Intercontinental Championship match was going to be.
Yeah. Jinder, I don't think he got booed, didn't he?
Yeah, a bit, yeah. Jeff Hardy's a star, innit? This is what you said last week. Jeff Hardy's a star. Sunil Singh was there. All his mates were there, weren't he, apart from the other Singh?
All of his mates apart from the other Singh. What do you mean by that?
Well, like...
Because he's got two mates.
He's got yeah, exactly. And his other mate was in the Royal Rumble.
Who's his other mate?
Well, tall, isn't he? You'll find out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The greatest Khali.
Right. We have to talk about the moment, don't we? We have to talk about the moment in this match where Jeff Hardy goes up for the Whisper in the Wind.
Yeah.
Flips over, does the Whisper in the Wind, right? Carly, listen to me. Mahal's not in place at all. But Jeff Hardy flies past him, and I do mean past him, and Jinder bent over, just flat backwards.
Well, it is Whisper in the Wind.
Oh, it must have been a strong bloody wind then. What was it? Whisper in the Hurricane?
It was a pretty good wind.
Yeah. Blew him over. There was so much. This was... If it wasn't the first example, it was the first prominent example of what was to come for the rest of the show. I think really this match set the tone. You know, you can... If you cut off the John Cena house show match at the start, and you skip the boring matches after that, this match is what we were about to see, really. And what it was, first of all, Jinder is pretty terrible. Like, you forget how terrible sometimes, and then something like this happens.
Yeah, that you remember why he was in 3MB.
Oh, yeah, you were the least interesting one in 3MB. Who was interesting for one whole promo.
You lined up to meet him at WrestleMania 29.
I lined up to meet Drew McIntyre, mate, all right? Who wasn't even on this. So
Buy one, get one free, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So this is time, right? It's time for us to take a break, you know. Right, put the mat down.
Okay.
And
he's already on the floor.
Well, he is, yeah. We need to take a prayer break, don't we?
As the commentator said many times, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
Are we going to pray to the Book of Gauntlet?
Yes. Definitely. You'll find out what that means after the break.
We Are Niche is a gaming, film and wrestling news-based website that aims to bring together fans from all across the world to learn and talk about their favourite aspects of nerd culture. Specialising in opinion pieces, top 10 lists and any other fun way to interact over our favourite genres, We Are Niche aims to provide you with enough stimulating content to actually make you want to stick around and become part of our fun community on the edges of the outer rim of the internet. That's www.weareniche.com or on Twitter @WeAreNiche.
The Royal Grumble Podcast. You can't slander the dead.
Before the renaissance of British wrestling. Before the revolution. Before the progress. There was one company who pushed the boundaries. One company on the lips of British wrestling fans. One of the most controversial companies in British wrestling history. One company bringing pro wrestling dream matches to the UK.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here tonight to celebrate the life of BW.
The Royal Grumble brings to you the in-depth look at the company that brought them together. The company that brought eyes from around the world to a small town in the north of England. 1PW, version 1, 2005 to 2007. May 6th, 2018. Subscribe now. We do not owe you money.
But Stephen Gauntlet probably does, so, you know. We'll find out why next week.
Do you remember the Book of Gauntlet?
No.
That's a story we'll tell next week. I'll write that. I'll legit write that down.
Definitely write that down.
Yeah.
I want to know the Book of Gauntlet.
And it surprisingly didn't have actually anything to do with anybody with the last name Gauntlet.
Really?
No.
Books it didn't have to do with books or with Gauntlet?
No.
There was a book.
So somebody else arranged it, but we'll talk
You'll
about that.
You'll have to find out next week. That's the point. Right. So we've gone for our prayer break, much as they did on the Greatest Royal Grumble show. I keep saying Greatest Royal Grumble just because we're so great.
because this is the Greatest Royal Grumble.
It is, you're absolutely right. So they went to a prayer break whilst Chris Jericho waited for pops that never came in his promo.
Yeah, clearly pre-records, aren't they?
Yeah. Daniel Bryan also did a promo and only did yes once.
Because he thought everybody else would say yes.
Yeah, but it was fine. And then the SmackDown Tag Championship match, which was the Usos against the Bludgeon Brothers.
Sorry to interrupt you, but you missed a video package that they played.
Okay.
Which was an advert just to visit Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, they very specifically had a woman up front going, "This is the best that Saudi Arabia has ever been," which is probably true. I'll not specify why.
Women can drive now, that's
exactly.
Why.
She's like, "This is the best it has ever been." She's not saying it's good, but, it's the best it's ever been. You've got to manage these things, aren't you? Don't make me put Song 2 on again, okay? I will do it. So, yeah, the Bludgeon Brothers with hammers. I hope they carry this gimmick on for a long time, because I like saying that every week. It makes me happy. And, Chris, I know it makes you happy too. There you go. That's a little popular shout-out for people. This match was what? Nothing?
Rubbish?
Just nothing, really. I don't even know if it's as far as rubbish. Just filler. Don't put it on it. It's already 5 hours long. Don't put it
They
on
wanted every belt, didn't they? Apart from the women.
Yeah, they wanted every belt. What about this red and this blue? Oh, no. Just leave them at home. Fine. Apparently all the women got paid more for this show.
Well, since Vince got 100 million or 200 million, depending on what you believe.
We bloody hope so, wouldn't you?
Like, you could probably afford to just pay him for doing that.
Clearly. Speaking of paying for doing that, Samoa Joe. No, he was actually wrestling on the show. He wasn't injured this time, so it was fine. This Intercontinental Championship ladder match was another one where the awkwardness got pumped up a little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I can't remember who was out first. Was it the champion first?
Rollins.
I think it was Rollins first and then the rest of them. Because he had to hang the belt, of course it was, and that was when Daryl did his hanging. It's a good clean drop. There's the hanging, and 2 players out. Fancy lady. More day-to-day references. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Here. Come on, it's like 20 to 11 at night. What do you want from me? I want you to tell me what was awkward.
Well, this segment now is pretty awkward.
Oh, there is that. Yeah. No, not that.
Okay, what was awkward, mate?
Right, so the intros, wasn't it? And it's Seth Rollins comes out, and then it's Samoa Joe, and it's The Miz, and then it's Finn Balor. And, I mean, conspicuous by its absence.
The recap that I've got up here that I'm going off the match list is for says Balor came out in black trunks with a silver stripe on the side, perhaps because he wants to go home after this event.
That's well put, yes. No rainbow t-shirt this time. And funnily enough, not all the people that he had in New Orleans.
No?
So, again, I get the politics of it. It's just, that makes it a bit more conspicuous, doesn't it?
Well, he don't bring them all out on Raw, does he?
Well, no, but he's always wearing his rainbow gear on Raw, isn't he?
It's for everyone in the West.
Although, interesting, it's not even that, because I tried to buy one of his t-shirts and he wouldn't let me buy it. So,
okay.
I'm just saying.
Scottish not allowed.
Yeah. Apparently gay's not allowed in Scotland.
Yeah.
Not everyone's welcome into your Balor club. So, racist in a way. This was a decent little ladder match, I thought. Samoa Joe was good.
He's always good, isn't he?
Yeah, but I really like him in an environment like this where he can just smash people about.
It's a shame he's going to lose to Roman at Backlash.
Yeah, and then... can we talk about Backlash now?
If you want.
About the graphics of Backlash?
Yeah, if you want.
Because everyone's first name of their main name, like their surname, if you like...
Initial.
Is, yeah.
Isn't it? First initial.
First letter, sorry, yeah, okay. First initial, okay, all right, okay. Oh, all right, with the correct words. is done in the Backlash font, isn't it? The big swipey font. So we've got Daniel Ryan, who, I mean, he will be annoyed, but I don't think he'll be as annoyed as Big Ass. Just tremendous. Wow. So Daniel Ryan versus Big Ass coming at Backlash. Look forward to it.
So this ladder match carried on the Greatest Royal Rumble tradition of botchers.
Yes.
And the ladder just kept falling over, didn't it?
Samoa Joe kept trying to put it in the ladder, it just kept falling over.
Yeah, so he tried leaning it up in the corner, and he walked over to Finn Balor to pick him up to throw him into it, or to Irish whip him into it, and the ladder had fallen on the floor. So as Samoa Joe turned around, he saw it had fallen, picked Balor up and slammed him onto the ladder pretty hard.
Yeah, I think Finn really paid for that one, didn't he? That's the real thing
then
there.
Joe picked the ladder back up and leant it against the ropes, and it looked like it was going to fall again, but he picked Seth Rollins up and threw Rollins into it.
Slammed him into it.
Yeah, slammed him into it, and then as Seth Rollins bumped, he looked behind him because he didn't want the ladder to fall on him.
That was my personal favourite part about that particular moment, was when he looked behind him and it's like he's expected to teeter over like a tree in a Tom and Jerry cartoon. It carried on throughout the night, didn't it? I wondered how much of it could have been due to the heat.
Yeah. Might have been a bit. But then also the long flight. Well, they've been there a few days, haven't they?
Well, yeah, but I mean...
Yeah, they've been wrestling for the few days, haven't they?
Exactly. Relatively short.
They're doing kick-ups backstage, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, they were, weren't they? Brock Lesnar's not got ball control, has he?
That's why he didn't get an NFL, isn't it?
Well, clearly. He's like Romelu Lukaku. And not
Who's winning a fight between Brock Lesnar and Romelu Lukaku?
Obviously Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Right. Unless... No, still Brock Lesnar.
Even if Lukaku had his studs on and went in 2-footed?
I'd still back Brock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd only just annoy him.
Back Brock. We're like, oh, that tickled. Get off me.
If Roy Keane went in 2-footed, though.
I'd still back Brock, though, because Roy Keane would injure Brock, but with one leg, Brock would stand up and snap Roy Keane's little neck or rip his beard off. He's still got a beard?
I don't think he has anymore.
Nah, probably afraid of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, never trust a man with a beard.
Well, you wouldn't trust very many people on this show then, would you? I liked the finish. I thought that was clever.
Yeah, so the finish, if you didn't see it, where Balor was on the top of the ladder about to grab the belt, and out of nowhere, because the camera angle was good on it, you just saw Seth Rollins dive from somewhere onto the top of the ladder. I can't remember if he knocked Balor off, but he definitely grabbed the belt before Balor. I don't think he did knock you off, he just grabbed the belt.
No, he didn't, because Balor was sort of climbing up, and Brock, what I'm talking about.
You just swore then.
I did as well, so I owe that, although they didn't really hear it, so it's fine.
I heard it.
Alright, you're hard. Do you want to have a fight? I'll fight you and Brock Lesnar and Romelu Lukaku.
So you'll fight me, Brock and Rommel.
Yeah,
I like behind them two.
We have a tag team match.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Who do you want, Brock or Romelu? I'll call Brock. Yeah, that's the end
okay.
of it.
Footballers are good at double teaming, though, aren't they?
Oh,
you know, tells.
I think you want Frank Lampard and a couple of other people for that, don't you? For legal reasons, I don't know if Frank Lampard's ever double teamed someone in a hotel room.
He's not dead yet. You can't slander him.
Exactly. So I don't know if he has. So I'm sorry if he has. I didn't do it. Yeah, I quite liked the quick grab finish. I thought it was quite interesting, especially that they linked it to that idea of Seth having, stolen. Well, not what did they call it? They call it a heist or something.
Yeah.
Like when he was a heel, it was a thievery. He stole one, whereas now he's a face. It's a heist. It's cool.
It's a cage.
He's like in Ocean's 11, isn't he?
Exactly. That's what he is. He's Ocean's Seth. Ocean's Rollins. Monday Night Oceans. What am I talking about here? Good match. Enjoyed it. That's basically the salient point of this very, very long-winded answer. Next up,
Styles versus Nakamura.
Well, no, mate.
No,
mate. No, because what about the trialists?
Oh yeah,
exactly. We got to see it. We got to see inside a WWE trial. And you know who's involved in the WWE trial?
Johnny Moss.
Moss and Prince Albert.
They're trading the stars of the future. Which, I mean,
it's a mid-carder from 3CW and Sweet Tea Tensai.
I mean, there's a great Johnny Moss story I can tell half of on this show.
Can you tell the other half next week?
No, I can tell half of it in the 1PW shows. I can't tell the other half.
Oh, okay. Again, for legal reasons.
Yeah.
I think stories are always good when you can only tell half of them.
Yeah.
Well, why can't you tell the full story?
Because it's more like part 2 of it that I can't tell.
Why? What's wrong with it? Is it racist?
No.
Is it homophobic?
No.
Is it sexist?
Is it Saudi Arabian?
It's sexist.
Okay.
So you can't tell it.
It's not quite. Yeah, I can't tell it.
Right, well, Nasser Hussein, not Nasser Hussein. You know, you say it out loud. This was Nasser, then his friend Hussein, then his fellow friend Monsieur.
Can I just point out?
Yeah, go on.
The last friend, I guessed his name before they said it.
You had an uncanny knack of predictions on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guessed his name, which was?
Faisal.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's racist of me that I guessed Faisal, but I went Faisal. He's called Faisal.
Now, I said to you last week, do you think Davari will be at this show, right? And we joked about the fact that Davari, who used to play an Arab but was actually Iranian, would definitely not be at the show. So we forgot, first of all, that Arya Davari works for them.
Yeah.
Right? But he came out with Davari. You know, Davari off of Sheikh Abdul Bashir, off of the start of his music in TNA was a plane crash. They came out waving the Iranian flag. The Iranian flag.
So
it'd be like going to a show in North Korea and coming... Well, actually, the other way around. Going to a show in South Korea and coming out with a North Korean
I don't think
flag.
you need to play song 2, but something happened with the embassy, didn't it? Or something, and that's why
basically,
they're at war.
I mean, I don't know if they're actually at war, but what I do know is that the Syrian... No, that
They're
was
not
a
fond of
Syrian
each
embassy.
other.
That was a Syrian embassy.
No. Oh, well, I read on Wikipedia there was some embassy issue.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe the Iranian embassy was also closed in Saudi Arabia. They're not friends, is what I would say. They're definitely not friends. And yet, here comes Davari, Arya Davari, and proper Davari off of Davari and Mohammed Hassan.
He's laughing. He's lost it.
It's a real thing that happened.
You can't explain why you're laughing. You're not allowed. You're laughing at race issues.
Are you laughing at the absurdity of Davari making his return to WWE?
Yeah, we shaved head.
Yeah, he's shaved head.
He's had shaved head for years.
All right, well, once he left WWE, we're dead to me, mate.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't watch him in TNO when he used to jump off the top rope with the flying carpet. That's a real thing that happened. I didn't make it up.
So they all beat him up, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Yay, hometown guys.
Yeah, they didn't snap the flag though, or the flagpole.
Again, I think that's probably too much of a diplomatic issue.
WWE's got a good history with other people's flags and getting in trouble for messing with them.
I think they should have set it on fire.
This was.
Like they set the 1PW T-shirt on fire.
Yeah,
they tried to.
Yeah, except it was doused in water. No, don't want to spoil it. No, that's not next week's though, is it? Anyway, so it won't matter. Right. Well, we'll get back to that. I'm sure we'll probably reference it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Iran, number one. No, not number one. The opposite of that. They don't like him very much, so they exploited that to make the biggest heel heat for the entire night. Shinsuke Nakamura's got new theme music, hasn't he?
Yeah, he debuted on SmackDown.
Yeah,
it was
little
really
guitar band and that. Apparently they're called something like Shadows of the Sun.
I think the song's called Shadows of the Setting Sun, and these are called Shadows of the Sun.
Okay. There you go.
It's pretty good.
It's like guitar and
Japanese
that.
rap over it, isn't it?
Yeah, Japanese rap and singing and whatever else like that.
Yeah,
Stops the sing along as well, doesn't it?
I like it.
Yeah, well, I think that's a clever idea behind it. It stops people wanting to sing along with it. It's good. Starts off with a little.
I might learn the lyrics.
Yeah, please do.
Then I'll show them.
Do it. Yeah. 2 weeks.
I've got 2 weeks to learn it.
Oh, okay, never mind then. What do we think of the WWE Championship match against AJ Styles then? Shinsuke against AJ?
Better than WrestleMania?
I don't know. The WrestleMania one felt like it was building something, but then it finished before it got there. Whereas this one was just, middling.
I think because the expectations were lowered, I actually enjoyed this one more. Even if I didn't really expect it to go to the double count out, it did go to.
Right. I was just waiting for the low blow.
Yeah, I mean, I was waiting. I thought eventually it was going to come to the point where Styles was going to win and Shinsuke was going to get DQ with a low blow, but actually he did it behind the rest back, didn't he?
Yeah.
That were all right. I quite like that spot. I really actually am liking Shinsuke a bit more now.
Well, because he tried to be old Shinsuke, didn't he? It didn't work. Vince made him a star now.
Well, he's showing actual personality.
Yeah, because Vince has made him a
Which
star.
I know, again, it sounds ridiculous to say, oh, look, Shinsuke Nakamura, of all people, is showing personality. But he's showing interesting personality now, rather than just being the rock star, the artist, whatever.
He's now the con artist.
Yeah. Well done. Speaking of which, by the way, Booker T called AJ Styles Shinsuke on the pre-show.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy to get mixed up.
Well, to get back to you, Shinsuke, I've got this question for you. Well done, mate. That went well. Booker T, ladies and gentlemen. He was on Raw this week. Coach was off doing some golf tour.
I knew it.
Yeah, we were
knew
talking before, but I didn't watch Raw, and he said Booker T is commentating on Raw again, but I didn't realise.
He was only this week, though.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, there was an awkward moment with him and Corey Graves where they were kind of like eyeing each other up again and stuff. It was weird.
Why, they don't want to touch each other?
Yeah, they're not allowed to eye each other up in Saudi Arabia, are they?
No, definitely not. Although that will relate to the next match, because the next match is the casket match, The Undertaker versus Rusev. We had a bit of a bet on this one, didn't we?
Yeah, so we want to see if the match lasted long. Well, the match was shorter than Undertaker's entrance. Undertaker's entrance was 5 minutes and 49.86 seconds.
The match was 9 minutes 35.
Yeah.
So it didn't actually. The introduction did not exceed the match. Did that surprise you, Dan?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, considering both the match and the introduction superseded Undertaker's match with John Cena at WrestleMania, which you wouldn't have seen coming a few years ago.
It's helped because I guess John Cena can't time fill like Rusev can in his role. So Rusev can, mess around at ringside and have an English jump in and stuff.
Yeah, he had ways to stall himself, and he also has Aiden English around there. Casket match as well. We're not seeing one of them in years, have we?
No.
No.
We're good. For what it was, I actually really quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. Just cactus matches. That's a good. Cactus. I don't know how you do that.
Oh, cactus match. There we are. Get that on your Five Pro Wrestling World.
It has happened in Japan before.
There you go, cactus match.
A cactus match.
They put cactuses in corners.
Mate, they've had a match called the Exploding C4 Death Match. Of course they've had a cactus match.
Do you think that was just like a lost in translation?
There's a wrestling show called Kaiju Big Battle where people dress as monsters and have fights in tiny little themed cities.
But do you think that was lost in translation where somebody said we want a casket match, but they misheard it? I was like, a cactus match?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm pretty sure that back in FMW they've done like casket matches, but it's exploding casket and stuff like that.
Exploding cactus, that's what we need.
Oh, cactus casket.
C4 cactus match.
Yeah.
It's the match of no one can say the words match.
Yeah. We'll do
Cactus casket.
It's a bit like this show, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. I can't say many words at this point, but I have been awake for several hours. I enjoyed it. No, it went nearly 10 minutes. There was a lot of stalling in the right places.
Yeah.
They covered Undertaker's pretty much. They covered Undertaker's lack of ability to bump pretty well.
Lack of ability to lift Rusev.
Lack of ability. Yes, covered that very well, didn't they? Because
do you think they realise? Oh, we can't have Jericho because he's not got a manager and he's piled on pounds of it.
I probably did actually. Yeah. Bloody hell, hasn't he? Just. Also, clearly Jericho didn't want to do that much, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see why. But Aiden English got the tombstone rather than Rusev, and then two men lay together. What? It's all right. They were in the casket.
Lashes.
Yeah, two men together.
Well, the lay together, you couldn't see them. They were behind closed doors.
Yeah, so who knows? They could be doing.
They could do whatever they want behind closed doors.
Yeah, bombing.
If they want behind closed doors.
Yeah. Is a casket? Is it a door or a lid?
I think if you're being gay in a casket, you're pretty much already dead. So they can't give you the death sentence.
Ah, I see what you mean.
Do you play Blur now, or?
Yeah, I think I should. Yeah. Woohoo! I thought it was good. It was what the crowd wanted. It was better than a Chris Jericho casket match would have been, with Undertaker unable to bump. And Rusev did all right, and he didn't look completely awful.
Yeah, bury me softly, brother.
Yeah, it was buried softly. It's fine.
Yeah.
It was lined. And now we come to the pre-main event. Like, if this is a Brit Rest show where we've already had star-studded ladder match and tag team action, this is world title defended.
Yeah.
Steel cage
match. It takes you 2 hours to put the cage up.
Yep.
Is that what you mean?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I mean, were you part of that group that put that cage up?
No. No.
I bet you weren't.
No.
I didn't help it up either.
I was supposed to be, but wasn't. So there you go. That's the end of that. The Universal Championship Steel Cage match. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Roman didn't get cheered as much as I thought he would.
Yeah, with the reaction that Cena got, I expected Reigns to get a bigger pop.
Yeah, because Cena was very... I mean, there was no John Cena song, like I said. There was no booing or anything else like that.
I think it's quite telling that the fact he didn't really get any reaction is that he's just not over at all.
Yeah, he's not really.
Because like with Cena, if he got booed massively, he's at least getting booed massively.
Yeah.
With Reigns, they were just like, it's right.
Wet as a fart, isn't he?
Yeah. And I mean, it didn't help that you had all royal family just sat at front row, just like texting and like turning their back to the camera.
Walking around. That was one notable thing, wasn't it? Like the crowd The ones that were more engaged were usually further back. The ones that were at the front were usually very royal and weren't interested. I thought this match was alright, though. I enjoyed it more than I feared I might. It was...
Went straight into high spots, didn't they?
Well, yeah, the high spot. Well, I mean, that's all they do. They just do the finisher spam, don't they? It's basically like watching two people on SmackDown 2 with unlimited finishers set up. Yeah. And you just keep whacking the L1 button. L1.
Can we talk about the finish?
Yeah. L1. Yes, we can talk about the finish. What, the possibly botched finish?
The one that Roman won.
Yeah. So, what I think probably is a botched finish. By the way, there was loads of camera cuts in this match, but generally speaking, I didn't notice many camera cuts, and apparently the reason for that is that Kevin Dunn doesn't travel overseas.
Is he fighting a flying line?
I don't know. Like Dennis Bergkamp?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you feel about Arsene Wenger leaving?
He had his time, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Are you going to create a Royal Grumble Arsenal Fan TV version?
Does that mean I have to go to wrestling events and interview, like, sweaty virgins?
You have to do that, but also you have to do it with a bad hat and you have to do a stupid accent.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Actually, an even better Arsenal news. How do you feel about Koscielny kicking ball in his own face to give Antoine Griezmann a goal?
I mean, we're really dating this podcast.
It's just been released 10 minutes ago, so what are you on about? Anyway, Roman Reigns won but didn't win because Brock Lesnar got speared through the cage. I don't know if it was the idea, but it felt like it wasn't when they went from the amusing thing was at the very start, they very specifically said you can win by pinfall submission or by escaping the cage and both feet touching the floor. Even if they'd not just said that, you could have gone, well, I know it's usually that rule, but we can get away with it, can't we? But basically, Roman spears Brock through the cage. They land on the cage. Okay? So if you imagine, Brock's legs are in the air. Brock's legs land on the sheet of cage that is on top of the floor.
Would you describe it as missionary position they were in?
In a fashion, yes, but not in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, it's complex.
It weren't just like on the floor though. It was because only the top part of the cage broke. Only the top part of the cage broke, so it was like angled up, so his feet were like off the floor.
So it flapped down like a trapdoor. Then Roman rolls off, rolling himself onto the floor. There's a little bit of a stutter as they announce Brock Lesnar the winner. One of the commentators briefly says that Brock's feet touched the floor first, and then they spend the entire next 5 minutes talking about how Brock's body landed on the floor first, and the referees made that call.
Yeah.
Did they do it wrong?
Yeah, they've botched it. Well, they've either botched it, or Reigns will use this as a way to get another match. So it will say, no, my feet touched the floor first. I beat you. I should be the champion. Yeah. Which I think is a legitimate claim.
The worst part about it is now he's got a legitimate claim. Now that I don't have any interest in seeing him in the title match anymore, now that I couldn't be less invested in his character, now he's got a legitimate claim to being the champion.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. But don't worry, Samoa Joe cut a promo on Monday and that'll be fine.
Samoa Joe's on SmackDown, mate.
Yeah, it won't matter. He'll phone him up on Skype.
Okay. Just
or,
Skype him.
on like Titantron Skype, whatever that is.
Will it be as like buffery and like rubbish camera quality as the Something Else to Wrestle With podcast on the WWE Network?
I don't know, mate, because I genuinely haven't watched it.
Like they're doing their show via Skype,
right?
And it's just them two blokes just sat facing camera.
So what you're saying is that I shouldn't be worried about the poor quality of these last two shows. Because if they can do that on WWE Network, we can get away with this.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
We're basically Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson, aren't we?
In a way, except we're better. So,
yeah.
Think about it. Not thought about that, have you? Any further? No? Dan? Anything on Roman?
No, not really.
Invested in him?
Not really, no.
Invested in Brock?
No.
No? No one invested in anybody?
I like Brock.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When's he coming back?
Whenever he wants, he's Brock.
Yeah, about right.
SummerSlam, probably.
Probably will be SummerSlam, won't he? Because he ain't going to come back for... When's Great Balls of Fire? What? He was at Great Balls of Fire last week. Yeah. He likes Great Balls of Fire.
Weren't it him and Samoa Joe?
Yes.
Yeah.
At Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should do that in Saudi Arabia, shouldn't they?
Probably
Great Balls
again,
of Fire.
probably not. No. They like fire, not so much with the balls.
Yeah.
So we move on to the main event.
The Greatest Royal Rumble.
The Greatest Royal Rumble. And it really was, for some of the best reasons.
So out first was Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, number 1, isn't it?
And then it ruined your night, didn't it?
Oh,
Out number
God.
2.
Room number 2, Dolph Ziggler didn't even have the decency to bring the good one along. They had a tag match this week. We're all right. I will say this much, right? You'll be shocked again. I shock you every week. I thought the promo on Raw was quite good.
Yeah. I said I'm willing to give it a chance.
Not just Drew. Do you know why? Do you know what Dolph said that actually sold me on it?
Go on, what?
He said, we're not trying to steal the show anymore. We're trying to, take over.
Win matches.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which you
mad
should be
that,
saying.
innit?
Yeah.
Mad how suddenly you can actually get more invested in a character who stops going, I'm the best at doing this and I have the best matches. Do you ever win? I'm good at super kicks.
He's not even that good at super kicks.
No, he's not good at super kicks.
Usos are better
he thinks he is, you know what I mean?
Kicks.
Anyway, so maybe we're turning a corner on Dolph. Like I did a little bit with Cody Rhodes, where I just nothing him now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's just nothing him.
Yeah, nothing.
Are you going to get a photo with him in Doncaster?
Yeah. I am.
I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, that's fine. But do you think it'd be at Donny Town Centre and you can get it free like RVD was?
I hope so.
Yeah, we need to troll Donny Town Centre on Saturday.
I'm around CEX.
Yeah, definitely. On Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Definitely we'll do that. So, yeah, Dolph Ziggler was number 2. Number 3, Sin Cara.
Listeners, don't worry, we're not going through all 50 entrants.
No, but I just wanted to...
Yeah.
Well, we are, though, aren't we?
We're definitely not.
Well,
we've not got time.
They need to know that number 4 was Curtis Axel and number 5 was Mark Henry, don't they?
Yeah, well, that's fine.
See what I've done? I've just done it now. Number 6 was Mike Kanellis. He broke a record, didn't he?
It was number 7.
Number 7 was Hiroki Sumi. Who's Hiroki Sumi?
That is the question on everyone's lips, mate.
He's a sumo from Japan.
Yep, trained with Akabono.
There you go. That's it.
In Akabono's dojo, not with Akabono.
Mark Henry took about 20 minutes to get to the ring, by the way. He blatantly should have, blatantly was retired. You know, this somehow, they retire, but actually they're not retired. They're just faking it for an angle. He was clearly retired, and then the Saudi money came along, didn't it?
If I was him, what I'd have done is I'd have come out in my salmon jacket and then taken it off on the stage.
If only.
Yeah.
Picture of the Ascension gets chucked out.
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston's number 9, so you know something's happening there, don't you? Tony Nese, number 10. That was a bit odd.
The premier athlete, is that his nickname?
Probably.
Yeah.
A couple of 205 Live guys. Number 11 was Dash off of the Revival. Number 12 was the best ex-Cruiserweight champion in the entire thing. Daryl, you predicted this. How did you predict it? Have you got a reason? Is it something you...
I just thought that if you want to impress an Arab king, you'd present him with a little midget, wouldn't you?
Clearly, because Hornswoggle was number 12.
I'd say to him, in the West, leprechauns are not a myth.
He helped eliminate one of the Revival. Just saying. He also hit a Samoan drop on Kofi Kingston. Primo was next. This was great. This was another personal favourite spot. Phenomenal stuff, right? Byron Saxton, not having the best day anyway, because he's already been asked to replace someone that's far more charismatic than him in Renee Young. Primo comes out, he goes, you know what, Primo could be a dark horse. He's been working for 10 years, and at that exact moment, Primo flies through the rope on what should have been a springboard. Could not have made the timing better, my friends.
And that wasn't the worst botch in this match.
It was not by a long shot. Does it technically count as being in the match, though? Anyway, Xavier Woods is next. Bo Dallas was after. Bo Dallas still has his own music. Did you know that?
I didn't until we watched the show.
I bet the music guy had to download it off iTunes to get it again.
Probably, yeah. Tell you who does have his own music, but didn't have time to react to it this time. Number 16 is Kurt Angle. He chucked Bo Dallas out, chucked Primo out, chucked Dolph Ziggler out as well. So good lad. We like Kurt Angle. Good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Can you do an impression, Kat?
Get that send back to locker room, Dolph Ziggler.
Cheers, mate.
They can't do belly to back suplexes like I can, the nose. I'm Kurt Angle, flipping heck. Cracking. Number 17. No, sorry, that's Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's still in.
He's gone.
Dawson of the Revival. Goldust was there, didn't have his boobs in. 19 was Connor. He's got ratitude, never forget it. Number 20, Bring.
Oh yeah, Elias came out, didn't he?
What with Elias in it?
Yeah, he's over.
He is.
Genuinely, actually, over. He chopped a bunch of people out at the same time, didn't he?
They all tried to walk with Elias.
Oh, we forgot to say what Kofi's spot was, that Xavier Woods got choked out and then Kofi got thrown onto him like a backpack.
Yeah.
That was Kofi's Royal Rumble spot, because they all got choked out after this. 21 was Good Brother Luke Gallows.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't have anything to add.
Okay, right.
Sorry,
okay. In that case, then, I thought you were going to... this is the point at which Elias chucked Kurt Angle out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Upsetting. Genuinely upsetting. And they had the little exchange between Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle as well, didn't they?
Yeah, which I think PWG were going to book when Kurt Angle left.
Do you still want to see that match?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Who's next going to snap first?
I'll tell you who's next going to start. I was going to say, I thought you were wondering who's next, because next up was Rhino, wasn't it?
The widest man in the world.
The widest man in the world, followed by the...
Bear in mind, there was a sumo wrestler in this match.
It's remarkable, isn't it? Followed by the blandest man in the world, Drew Gulak. Oh, sorry, he's here. Oh, God, he's going to do a report on me. What's his new character now, Dan?
He's back to being Drew Gulak.
What's that?
He wrestles and like
Is it Soldier Ran?
Nah, it's not.
Was he Soldier Ran? Was he Carter Ran?
He was Soldier Ran.
I knew he was one of them. Good lad. Took a night off of Heavy Machinery. Who's that? Man with one swimming costume.
Do you remember, like, back in the day when we used to like make little jokes way before the show, and I used to say, like, what would be the point of only having one Uso? Do you remember that? Like,
yeah, I do.
Like, what's the point in only having one of Heavy Machine? Well, what's the point of only having one anyway?
Yeah.
Because, like, they're both rubbish, and why they both come over for this show is beyond me.
Yeah.
But what's the point of only having one of them in the match?
Not a clue.
He might have been there doing ring crew or something.
have you got your gear? Have you got your gear?
Classic move. Love it. Fandango was next.
Yeah.
About 4 people did a Fandango in.
Not the king. He just sat there.
No, of course not. Chad Gable was in. He beat Jinder Mahal on Monday. Sorry, Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that was his token win? He's going to get buried?
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. Speaking of token appearance by Rey Mysterio, number 28.
Yeah.
Looked all right again, didn't
They
he?
popped for him, didn't they?
Yeah.
I can't believe Rey Mysterio's here. What, after you announced him and he had all those photos talking about going to Saudi Arabia and being in Saudi Arabia and being on the Saudi Arabia show?
Yeah, that was pretty tremendous, wasn't it?
Angle posted a picture to his Instagram, didn't he?
Of his face?
Yeah, Rey Mysterio's face.
Luke Gallows got chucked out by Rey anyway. Yeah, so how do you feel about that, Daryl?
A little bit gutted, to be honest.
I mean, the big guys are the ones that make the money, don't they?
Yeah.
So what's Rey doing there? Speaking of big guys making money, Mojo Rawley was next.
Yeah.
Yeah, he threw Fandango out.
Did you know Mojo Rawley's mum and dad got engaged in Saudi Arabia?
I found that out whilst Mojo Rawley was eliminating Fandango and then Tyler Breeze, who was number 30. Imagine if you told Tyler Breeze, good news, this year, right, you're going to be number 30 in the Royal Rumble. Oh, am I really? Yeah, but it's going to be the 50-man one that we do in Saudi Arabia.
They should have had a backstage thing where Tyler Breeze draws number 30 and he's super excited about it.
Did you want this show to be any longer?
Yeah, he's got a point, yeah.
It could have been some of those silly adverts.
It could have been on the kickoff show.
Or on the 15-minute prayer break.
Yes, it could have. Big E came out at 31 and chucked some pancakes at the crap one from Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, Big E came out after the other New Day members had already gone.
Well,
which it's good in the sense that it's not a predictable thing, but it's still a bit weird, isn't it?
Well, similarly, Carl Anderson came out after Luke Gallows had already gone back.
Yeah.
33 was Apollo Crews, who's got his surname again, but now, ironically, in a twist of fate, the first week that he was Apollo, but not Apollo Crews, he still had an AC t-shirt on. This week, he was Apollo Crews again, and his intro now just says Apollo. So they've already cut the Crews out. It's over. Unlucky. He had the cheek to eliminate Chad Gable, which ruined your bingo, didn't it?
Yeah.
What a inconsiderate soul. Number 34 was Roderick Strong, off of Shot the System.
Wearing his
armband.
His armband and his little boots.
Doing a bunch of backbreakers. Yeah, his little boots. That who was it?
Only Larkin.
Only Larkin was not keen on Roderick Strong's boots. That's all I will say. Because if I say something else, I have to pay the piper, or in this case, the jar. Proper stars come out after that. Randy Orton's out at number 35.
He gets a good pop.
Yeah, such a reaction.
Chuck Anderson and Mojo out, all the jobbers, and then Apollo, obviously. Speaking of jobbers, Heath Slater's number 36. He had a fight with Elias because obviously it's the one-man rock band against the real rock star, innit?
Yeah.
That were all right. 37. Who's Baba Tunde?
He's off of NXT.
I'll tell you who Babatunde is. Number 37 in the Royal Rumble, because that's who he was in this Greatest Royal Rumble. Off of NXT, apparently.
Babatunde.
He used to be in American football off of Minnesota Vikings.
He's taller than Braun
Just say, this match that we've got on here, completely unrelated. Is Hulk Hogan the heel here?
Yeah.
That's fine, just checking.
Listeners, there's a match on in the background, which is what Dan was laughing at earlier. And it's random Andre the Giant stuff.
And there's Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant many years before his big moment. Yeah. Well done, lads. 38 was Baron Corbin, which shows you how interested we are in this match. Did I mention Bobby Roode? Bobby Roode came out at some point. Yeah. I can't remember when.
Has Shelton come out yet?
No.
Okay, because there was a good spot with Shelton. He dived off the top rope, I think. I think it was Shelton.
Right.
Or was it Apollo Crews? And I was really racist, but I can't remember which one it was.
Right. None of this is relevant, though, is it?
Why?
Who was next? Who was next? Who was next? You tell me who was next, because you know who was next. Number 39. Who was number 39?
The Great Khali.
No. Very tall man.
Big.
Very tall man, got his own business. Worldwide.
Titus.
The greatest thing that has ever happened in professional wrestling happened at the Greatest Royal Rumble.
This is where it became the Greatest Royal Rumble.
This is where it truly lived up to its name, because Titus, right, runs to the ring. They cut away from him just as he seems to stumble. They cut back to him and he's coming out from under the ring. The commentators are wetting themselves with laughter. And they show a clip that it needs to be seen, but it's worth describing as well, right? You need to watch this because it is phenomenal. It's hilarious. It's on our Twitter. And Titus slips at the exact right moment so that he slides all the way under the ring and disappears under the apron before having to crawl back out and sprint into the ring as if he's ready for action. It was phenomenal. Perhaps the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
The Greatest Royal Rumble.
For the Greatest Royal Rumble, really lived up to his name. Absolutely just terrific. Just nothing else matches up to it. Number 40 was Dan Mather, I think.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. Just a big lad, isn't it?
He's that one that they hyped up for NXT for ages, only for Samoa Joe to squash. 41 was the proper man. Oh, but before 41, they keep replaying the Titus one. First in slow motion, then in fast motion. Both of which were equally hilarious. 41's Braun, so that's business is picking up now.
Yeah, big, like proper stars are in there.
Yeah. 42's Ty Dillinger. He just gets chucked out pretty quickly. Titus gets chucked out, having eventually made it in. A bunch of people try and take Braun out, but they don't. And Corbin and Orton get kicked out. Number 43, he's come to take revenge on Braun. It's only bloody Kurt Hawkins, isn't it? Runs away from Braun. Braun chases him down the ramp. Throws him back in.
No, chases him down the ramp. Smacks him on his back.
Oh, absolutely. Whacks him down.
Yeah. Falls flat on his face and then drags him into the ring.
Hilarious.
By the way, I just thought I'd double check Titus O'Neill's Twitter to see if he'd made a comment about his thing. All he's done is retweet Sasha Banks saying, "Titus, you're amazing."
Tremendous. I mean, he is amazing. He's the greatest of the greatest Royal Rumble, obviously. I've never, if I could watch one moment from the show, it would be that. If I had to watch one of it, 5 hours of it, I'd watch that for 5 hours and never get bored.
Orton gave the RKO to Crews off the top rope.
Well, did he?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, it still looks alright.
Whisper in the wind, weren't it?
44, the business picks up with Lashley. Or, Lashes, as he's known in Saudi Arabia.
Or his other name.
Bobby Lindsay.
Bobby Lindsay. Sorry, my bad. I completely forgot. Thank you for backing up there. 45, though. You want to talk about big stars? You want to talk about former world champions?
Yeah, go on.
Bloody Great Khali's back, isn't he? To get gently lifted over the rope. Had a bit of a showdown with Braun Strowman.
He's like a giant thriller zombie.
He's the same as he was before, but now his skull just appears to be it's growing further out of his skin. 46 is Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens should not be allowed to run on television.
Well, he should, because it was hilarious.
Well, okay, but don't film him straight on. It just shows him little jogging you can almost hear him jiggle.
Like that episode of Simpsons, the X-Files crossover with Simpsons.
Yes.
When Scully's watching Homer on the
It's like a lava lamp. Exactly like that. That's exactly what it was. I'm going to message Matthew and tell like, can we edit that? Can we get ourselves... Can we have an ending courtesy of Royal Grumble Pod?
Your video guys on the other side.
There you go, right.
What do you want me to do?
If you can put it, right, I'll discuss... If you can put a bit of... Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're fine. 46 is Kevin Owens anyway. 47, obviously, who's going to win the greatest Royal Rumble ever? The hardest man ever, Shane McMahon. By the way, Daniel Bryan's still in at this point.
Yeah.
I think he's by this point exceeded the maximum amount of time that anyone's ever spent in a Royal Rumble. And so technically that's his record, isn't it? So Shane McMahon, he's doing all these rubbish punches. That's when Shelton comes in. Big Shelty baby. Rocks up, has a go at Shane and just attacks his boss straight away. That's what I would do if I was in this. Definitely a good idea.
I mean, if you had a chance.
49 is big ass. In he comes, he's tall, and gets absolutely... I mean, it's not now, but like the story of big ass is he nearly dies because Bobby Lindsay drops him on his head.
Yeah, he does a brainbuster, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what Michael Cole called it.
Yeah, so Lashley's new finish, or his finish he's been doing, is like that delayed vertical suplex, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he couldn't really keep up, could he?
Not really, but I think part of that's big Cass as well, isn't it? Like, he's 7 foot tall.
Yeah, you can't teach that.
No, but you also can't teach him how to balance, apparently. Number 50, the man with the smartest business mind in this show, at least, Chris Jericho.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, he figured, if I'm going to come all the way across there, I don't want to be doing a casting match, and also put me in at number 50.
And also, I'm not going to try, and also, I might have put on a bit of weight on tour.
Oh, look at got on him. State of Chris Jericho, lads. Good lord.
Should have wrestled in a t-shirt, shouldn't he?
Yeah. Meanwhile, they go back to another replay of Titus. Just saying.
Yeah, they played a lot of replays.
It was very much like Taka in 2000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they could have done it in the same way as they did Taka, because I'm pretty confident of that. Jerry Lawler just kept saying, "Show me that Chinese guy falling again." And I think that's genuinely what he said.
He did.
At the time.
Can we talk about Shane McMahon's elimination? Please?
Yes, we can.
So, Daniel Bryan positions Kevin Owens for a coast-to-coast, and Shane McMahon tells him to move into the other corner, so he moves him to the other corner, does a few running strikes to him, which look a lot safer than the old ones he used to do when the opponent stood up.
Much better, yeah.
So then Shane McMahon climbs to the top rope, only for Braun Strowman to grab him and throw him from the top rope through the announce table.
A bit like that. Do you remember there was that move that was on...
it was on SmackDown if you had a finish, wasn't it?
It was on SmackDown, and I think The Undertaker did it to him once as well, where you basically... It was called the chokeslam, and you chokeslam from the top rope through the... Except, he didn't chokeslam him, he lobbed him like a baseball. It was magnificent.
And the crowd did not react.
They did not. Much like they didn't react when Kevin Owens was staring at Chris Jericho. I did enjoy Kevin Owens shouting across at him, "Go back to your band." That were good. So we ended up, right, we've got Daniel Bryan still in. We've got Big Cass and Braun Strowman. Braun chucked Lashley and Jericho and Owens out, so it's those three left. Bryan attacks Braun. Bryan's eliminating Braun, and then what happens? Big Cass boots him over the rope, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just don't forget Daniel Bryan. Big lads. Yeah. Don't forget the big lads. You see what I mean? So, he's still a little fella at the end of the day, aren't you? And Braun has a little fight with Big Cass, who, by the way, I'm pretty sure is still not loopy from being landed on his face.
Well, when he entered the ring, was it when he entered the ring? They were all doing the spot where Strowman was in the corner, and Strowman did the thing where he throws all the people off of him, just as Big Cass was entering the ring, so they all flew into him. His big moment. So Big Cass didn't have much luck in this Rumble, did he?
Well, I mean, not many people had much luck, and yet Big Cass somehow still comes across a heap of a lot better than Titus.
He doesn't seem to have much luck in life, really.
Big Cass?
Well, yeah, he's
got partnered with Enzo, which means that you're lumped with Enzo.
His mate were a rapist. He's dumped by his girlfriend. Breaks his knee.
Yeah, not a great deal of luck, is it?
Yeah.
Poor fella. And then he doesn't even win because Braun Strowman wins. They even made a belt for him.
Yeah.
Because they did, presumably partway through they went, "How's he going to pick up the trophy?"
Yeah, that trophy was huge.
Huge. Like, even if it was light as a feather, there's no way he was going to be able to pick it up, was there?
No.
Just ridiculous. But Braun Strowman's the winner.
I hope he just carries the belt around with him forever.
I hope so. Well, you know when he's going to defend it next, don't you?
Next year?
Next year's Greatest Royal Rumble, that's why.
So
happening, isn't it?
Same time again next year, lads?
I think it's actually going to happen, yeah.
Yeah.
I do. How long until you think there's a women's match on it?
Next year.
3 years.
You reckon as early as that? I think 2, yeah.
They've only just got the permission to learn to drive, so I think we've got a while till women's matches.
Overall, did we enjoy the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I think if you accept it, if you went into it, because we weren't sure at the start whether is this a proper show or is this a glorified house show.
Yeah.
If you now go into it accepting it's a glorified house show, you'll have a whale of a time and you'll really enjoy Titus.
Yeah.
If you go into it expecting a proper pay-per-view, you're probably going to be disappointed. If you're thinking WrestleMania level, not going to be like that. But I still enjoyed it.
I think this is better than what Backlash is going to be.
Probably.
Yeah.
Although Backlash does have Samoa Joe against Roman Reigns.
It's not going to have a leprechaun on it, though, is it?
And it's also not going to see,
It's not going to have a casket match.
It's not going to have a 6'4" black man sliding underneath the ring.
Exactly.
So you're right.
It's not going to have Babatunde. What was it called?
Babatunde.
Babatunde.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's it then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to end on a high note, but instead he's brought up Babatunde, so that's cracking. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Babatunde.
Cheers. Stop it.
I like saying his name. It's
Right,
not
well, you
nice.
say it to somebody else, all right? Because you're done now. That's it. The show's over.
All right, Babatunde.
Right. He said it again. Phenomenal. That's the end of the Royal Grumble for this week. Don't forget to go to facebook.com/Royal Grumble Pod. Don't forget to tweet us at Royal Grumble Pod. Send Daryl some messages. He always reads them out, no matter what they say, even if he risks sanction. Don't forget to go to twitch.tv/Royal Grumble. Hope to be back on there at some point soon. Next week is the 1PW episode. We don't know what format I'll take yet, but we'll have a discussion about that another time. We're not all knackered. That is it. Say goodbye, Dan.
Babatunde.
Say goodbye, Daryl.
Goodbye, Daryl.
Goodbye, everybody. Greatest Royal Grumble.